Hello everyone. Do you like this skyscape I did with color pencils and wash, and would you like to see how it was done? Come on then. Stay with me till the end and I will show you exactly how it is to be done. I am using here Derwent watercolor pencils. You are of course free to use any brand that you are comfortable with. This is a set of 12 watercolor pencils that I had. These are basically water soluble pencils. That is, you can mix water in it or apply water over the pencil work to get an effect of watercolors. This set is of a 12 color set which I am using right now, and this contains the very basic shades that we need for doing any painting. The paper that I am using here is a standard watercolor paper, a cold press watercolor paper, and the pencils are of course the one I showed just now. I am starting the coloring work with the pencils, the sky work, basically using the colors of the dawn time of the day. I have laid in the colors of yellow, oranges, reds, to show the dawn time of the day. I am laying these colors roughly all along the sky part. I am not spreading them too much because that will anyway be done later on with the help of water. So I am just laying down the basic colors that I want to across the sky area, starting from the yellows, moving on to the oranges, reds, blues and purples. And now I am starting with the water work. I'm just applying a wet brush and running them along the colors that I have laid down. As I am running the wet brush along the colors, they are automatically getting merged with each other. This is the fun part of the watercolor pencils or the water soluble pencils. You can just mix them on the paper itself. You don't need to take them out of a palette and mix them on a palette or anything. They can just be merged with each other on the paper itself. It's just the basic line work that I did with the color pencils, and I'm running the water along those layers, and they are getting merged with each other automatically. The brush is wet, of course. Here I am using a flat brush which is giving me good strokes to show the colors of the sky. Now I am working on the mountain part. Here I am just using, since the mountains are at a distance, I am going to be doing this in a very light tone, and so I am just laying down the basic colors of the mountains with the pencils. And of course I'll be now wetting the brush and using it to spread the colors of the mountains. Just like with the sky, I'm just moving a wet brush along the colors that I applied for the mountains, and as you can see, the colors are getting merged with each other just like they did in the sky area too. Care should be taken to have lighter tones towards the sunlight and darker tones away from the sunlight or against the sunlight. Now I'm going to use this masking fluid to mask out some of the droplets on the water portion. This is a locally made masking fluid. You are free to use any branded masking fluid also. I'm just laying it down with a brush to mask out some of the water droplets, the shiny water droplets which will be seen on the water portion. This masking fluid will have to be completely dry before we start working over it. This is very important because otherwise it can spoil your painting. Now that the masking fluid is completely dry, I am starting work over the water portion. Basically we are going to see the reflections of the mountains in the water, and so I am using vertical strokes and applying the various shades of the water, the various blues, lights and darks, and in between I'll also be doing simple horizontal strokes here and there so that the color later on merges with each other easily when we apply the water over it. In this fashion, I am going to cover the entire surface of the water, including the reflections of the mountains and the water in between. Once the pencil strokes are done for the water area, now again I am using a wet brush to spread the colors, merging them with each other. The basic color pencil work that is done is easily merged with each other using the wet brush. Here I am using vertical and horizontal strokes, a combination of vertical and horizontal strokes, in order to bring out the effect of water. This will go over the masking fluid that we applied. Now I am using the salt technique to bring out some sparkle over the water. If you want to know more about these kind of various techniques that can be used in watercolors, you may have a look at the two videos on techniques of watercolor earlier posted on my channel. The links have been given in the description below. Now after the work has dried up, I am adding a few details here and there. Basically a few trees in the distance, maybe over the mountains, below the mountains, etc. And now I am removing the salt particles which will indicate the sparkle over the water. Along with that, I am also removing the masking fluid that we applied earlier. It's again very important to remove all of the masking fluid, because otherwise if it stays on the paper, it's going to spoil your painting later on. So be careful to remove all of the masking fluid altogether. So that's it, the painting is done. If you like this video, do like, subscribe and share. And don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications. You may also leave your comments and also what other works you would like to see. Also click on the end screens here to watch other videos. See you next time.